We cry today in Nigeria because that person did not. From the map that we have seen, we are not supposed to be in captivity at this time as a nation. But nothing was done. No altar was set up to drive that political agenda. When the sons of darkness saw that there was a gap, they went.
Hello family, welcome to this office code. On this office code, I want to take a look at purpose to Arome Osayi. Purpose to Arome Osayi, who said that when Nigerians are suffering at this moment, it's because Peter Obi, that the salvation part, that a lot of people go to tell him that he will win the crest, he will become the next president instead of Tinubu, that because he did not set up an altar. If you've been given a vision and you got the vision, but there is something you're supposed to do to set up something. If you don't set it up, Satan will use that to manipulate everything. He said why we are suffering now, it was because Peter Obi take it with Legri Bigisti. He took it with Legri Bigisti and he did not set up an altar. It was because of the altar that he did not set up. Maybe altar of prayer, altar of sacrifice, altar of giving, I don't know. But he did not set up altar. Altar is altar, mortar is mortar. He did not set up an altar. That is why he did not win the election. And even he had set up an altar, Nigerians will not be suffering. Nigerians will not be crying. Nigerians will not be lamentations. I want to take your time. Watch Purpose to Arome Osayi saying Peter Obi makes Nigerians suffering right now because he did not set up an altar. Watch. I'll be right back. So don't forget, if you have not subscribe. Watch, I'll be right back.
That person will be the president of this country. And I had no doubt in my heart that it was true. Are you there? So people went and told the person. I was not among the people. They went and told the person. And the person did nothing about it. He did not set up an altar around that purpose of God. You know what? If you don't set up an altar around it, it is open for manipulation. I don't want to go into details because it's a sensitive matter. We cry today in Nigeria because that person did not. From the map that we have seen, we are not supposed to be in captivity at this time as a nation. But nothing was done. No altar was set up to drive that political agenda. When the sons of darkness saw that there was a gap, they went and offered strange sacrifices. And even though once upon a time the person of which I speak was the darling of Nigeria, they were able to move that favor in another direction. Nigeria is spiritual. And the purposes of God that lock in the nation can only be realized by spiritual people. We weep today because a man refused to rise. The fact that is captured in the purpose of God does not mean that our partnership in terms of priesthood is not required for the purpose of God to come to pass. Listen to me. God's purposes must come to pass. It is only God's men that can change. Now I know that purpose will yet come to pass, but it will no longer be through that man. If you know that you are dispensable, are you there? That purposes can still come to pass without you. If you know that you are dispensable, then you will become very intentional about your altar. Your altar is a sign that you are ready to fulfill destiny. If a 24-hour prayer watch for 6 months was set up, it doesn't matter which deity and which siren was sacrificed to. Yes, we'll see the efforts of their priesthood, but it will be insufficient to win the day. Please help me tell your neighbor, please don't attempt destiny. Finish destiny. Paul did not say that I attempted my calling. He did not say that I tried. He said I have finished my course. Tell your neighbor again, the one on the other side, don't attempt destiny. Finish it. So eventually what the person did at the end of the day was that it was an attempt. He just attempted. He just attempted. And that window was manipulated again. Even though the time of our wilderness journey as a nation was measured in the balances and the end of it was decreed, we were turned again into the desert. And now our borders are besieged. Oh, we would have been basking in glory by now. The seasons of actualization as a nation would have been upon us. The true potential of the Igbo nation would have started speaking. The true potential of the Tiv nation. At this time, we should be taking mineral audits, mineral deposits audits, and how foreign investments can come into our corridors to take advantage of the vast islands of mineral deposits. The God of heaven that created Nigeria never intended that any citizen of this country would be poor. And I speak just from my knowledge of our capacity and our potential from the perspective of the oil industry. Never intended that any poor man will walk this ground. But when you bring altars and the conclave of witches are the determinant factors.
Now, because he was not able to set up an altar, the force of darkness have manipulated it and it was taken over from him because he was not able to set up an altar. Nigerians are lamentation. Nigerians are crying. Nigerians are in serious suffering because Peter Obi did not set up an altar. There is no one in Nigeria that was, birthed to suffer. But because Peter Obi did not set up an altar. But I remember some pastors like Tunde Bakare, he said he will become the 16th or the 19th president of Nigeria. That God told him. Is it that one too did not set up an altar? Altar of prayer, altar of giving, altar of thanksgiving, altar of whatever kind of altar. He said Peter Obi heard it, but never did anything. But I got a point from this video, which he said, don't begin a race, finish it. Very, very strong word. Don't just start a race, you have to finish it. You are not in to be a starter and not a finisher. That is why salvation is as I said, salvation is a personal race, which when you start, you have to finish it. You can't stop on the road, never. You cannot be blocked on the road. You have to run the race till the end. Very, very important. But now my question is God in politics? Does the scriptures align? Does the scripture choose? Does God choose the leader for us? Does Bible choose leaders in politics? Does God involve in politics? Only know that the Bible talks about obey the law of the land, of the first citizen, you should vote and all that. But does God involve in choosing a leader for a country? That is my question. It's because This man did not set up altar. Even other people, they claim God told them they will become president. They never became president. Peter Obi did not set up altar. It is what it is. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, it's very important to comment, subscribe, and share. We'll see you on another episode. My name is Jean Joshua. Thank you very much. Thank you.